Now I'm going to go into travel, my experience, things to do and things not to do. I'll go as fast as I possibly can. First of all, travel by plane. Secondary cities have excellent airports. Cardiff is fourth world by comparison as an airport, okay? Internal airlines, they fly Boeings and Airbuses, which tend to take off and land rather than sort of disappear in a ball of flame. You know? The fares are okay. They're dearer than EasyJet and roughly and much less than BA or somebody like that. Okay, I recommend going first class. It's a modest premium and it's very comfortable. Hot and cold running hostesses and everything else. Lovely. Okay. Services from Hong Kong are limited. If you're tempted to go in through Hong Kong, it's quite difficult to go to the regional airports. Go into China itself. Ferry. Okay. Hong Kong, Pearl River Delta. This is the best thing. Out of Kowloon in Hong Kong, there's a superb ferry service. So you can go to places like Guangzhou and whatnot, Shenzhen, on this ferry. 3 hours in nice comfort, cheap as chips. Okay? Typical journey time is 3 hours. There and back in a day is possible from Hong Kong. Okay? Cost peanuts, first class premium is modest. Good, free coffee. Okay? Bullet train. Civilized, a lot better than the 125. I was in the one last month, which was doing 225 miles an hour. Honest. Astounding. Less than half the price of the UK. Perfectly okay to go 600 miles there and back in one hit. Okay? No problem at all. All right? Standard class legroom's not that great. First class is not expensive to go first class again. Right? Sleeper. Done that. Got the t-shirt. Go first class for God's sake. Right? Just please listen to me, go first class, okay? 6 berths, 2 columns of 3. I've used the bottom berth, and I won't go into any detail, it has some disadvantages. Okay. Toilets tend to be standard, yeah, they do. Yeah, there's another line I put in there, and I took it back out again. Okay, yeah, this is interesting, forgive me. All trains have lethal boiling water machines. Imagine what would be done if a Cardiff City bunch found a boiling water machine between 2 carriages. It would be lethal. But they have them, and they make sort of pot noodles in there. Well, experience of hospitality. Yeah, this is interesting. Most people are worried about hospitality issues. What will I be expected to eat? What's the etiquette? What about Chinese wine and toasts? And for me, what lunatic invented chopsticks, but then I'm old and crabby, yeah. And some have had bad experiences with food choice, and I have had a few, and I'll tell you about them privately. Okay. In secondary cities, there's little Western influence, so it's rude to expect them to pander to us. And they're healthier than us, so there's nothing really wrong with their food. So shut up and eat it, okay? But don't ask questions about what's in it, because the answer may disturb you. Okay? And watch you when they're drunk, because they'll try all sorts of new dietary experiences on you at that point. Right? Alcohol. Forgive me, this is, people who want to go, this is the list, okay? At dinner, you'll be outnumbered by 10 to 1, typically. You may be toasted by each of the hosts in turn. They will have 1 glass, you will have 1 glass. You finish up them having 1 each, and you having 10. Okay? The booze is called wine. Huh? It's true, Mike, isn't it? If you're tough, and I'm tough, I can drink. The hosts get drunk first, and then it's really good fun. And I have one occasion when I had a guided tour, we were all as drunk as skunks, and we were walking on a catwalk above a boiling dye house. Any slip, and we would all be dead. Don't disgrace yourself. This is the one serious bit of information. Say no in time, because this stuff is so lethal, you can be seriously, seriously ill. And if you're trying to make an impression, and this dinner thing is social, cock up the social experience, and you've wrecked the deal. Yeah? Excuse me. Am I telling the truth? Just about. Thank you. Okay, table etiquette. Forgive me. Now, I'm worried now because there's a real expert over the corner. Learn to use chopsticks, for Pete's sake. Right? There's usually a circular table. Okay? Don't plonk yourself down. Wait to be told where to sit. This is quite significant. Okay? Guest of honor is probably you, faces the door. Okay? The others are placed according to a hierarchy, and sometimes you can't tell who's who. Okay? The older guy who looks really respectable might be the sweeper or something of the sort. The others are placed according. Note the seating arrangement, it tells you a lot. Think as to who's saying what and when. Okay? Nearly there. You may be fed by your principal host. I won't go into that in any detail. All right, observations. Before you go, look at the market. Market advice, pay for it. Do an EMOS, say it again. What's that survey? OMIS, thank you. I was dyslexic as ever, you see. Identify your target companies. You may be able to get some finance on that to help you out. Before you go, think of culture and context. Cultural advice from specialists here. I'm thinking there are people here who actually can teach you how to eat properly. Yeah? Use them to make contacts with targets. If possible, use them to arrange meetings with targets. Okay? Confirm before departure and turn up for your meetings. In China, attend any network receptions which are on offer because there's somebody you can meet. Invite your target people to the reception. That's one I picked up from IBW. Verify and confirm your travel arrangements because they can go terribly, terribly wrong. Consider carrying modest gifts. There's rules about that. Take a hotel card on your trip because if you try to speak the name of the hotel, when you get to the taxi, they don't know what the hell you're talking about. So show them a picture. That'll get you on. Okay? Intellectual property issues in China. Well, everybody worries about copying. China belongs to the WTO now, so we should be a bit safer. And we've already mentioned Chinese patents. Okay. The more regional, the greater the risk, because there's some cowboys out there. If you go far enough out there, then there's some real hairy-arsed people out there. Yeah. I'm doing two things, very simple. I'm using existing products, but I've already got new models ready, so if anybody copies it, I can swap straight away. I'm always one product behind. On novel products, I deal with the companies which have foreign capital if possible, because then there's a certain degree of respectability. Right, come on. Dodgy stuff in China, not much. Illegal taxis more in Hong Kong than elsewhere. You can get stung in Hong Kong. Little man come up to you and say, official taxi. I've been caught once. Cost me the earth. In particular, order scams, which have already been dealt with in some detail earlier on, where people are trying to sell you £1 million worth of kit. We're nearly there now. Okay? What's been done right? We did a bit of cultural homework, bit of bilingual cards with a Chinese name, turned up on time, showed respect in conversations. That's important. Don't try the American trick of sort of shouting at them and saying, buy it. Don't do it. We match product to the customer, and that needs some explanation possibly, but I haven't got time to do it now. We actually modify our products according to customer needs. We present the product in a respectful manner, which is in a sense a repeat of what we said. Ate and enjoyed the food. Got the gifts about right. What we've done wrong. Inadequate research on plant locations. This is a fun one. Because we've driven to a place and found that the place we should be is 50 miles away because we're at the head office instead of the factory, which is not a good thing. Loose face all round. Okay? So we wasted some days. At first failed to get the travel timings right because of the distances. Failed to get most out of a week's visit. Failed to understand that deals take time. Had to learn that the direct way is not the fastest. What measure of progress? Nearly there now. Total time in China is about 7 weeks. Some of it paid by me, some subsidized. I have a representative. I have a regional rep for carpet yarns. One carpet yarn customer, but the biggest. 6 fiberglass customers. These include number 1 and number 3 in China. China is now my biggest market. Chinese company is my biggest single customer. In conclusion, quite simply, I rather like it there. I think it's worth the effort if some of you are contemplating it. There's a view, some of you have seen this photograph before, I love it. It's not me, but he looks a bit like me. There's a view that the Chinese are very serious, that they're dour. I disagree, they could be enormous fun, and I'll finish on this. Sadly, not of me. That's what I experience on every trip. Okay? So, I recommend it to you. Go for it, chaps.